You don't even know their middle name. Don't let them hold you back, okay? When you're walking in purpose, you're going to be seen by the people who need to see you. People might judge you because I know you talking about wanting to do it all the time with your friends, and they're watching you never do it. And they're like, why aren't they just doing it? If anything, maybe they're judging you for that more than they would actually judge you for the content you would create. So once that fear is put behind you, you are literally unlocking the foundational value of your content as a creator. I feel like you would think that being yourself is almost and just an innate thing that you would want to do, but apparently it isn't. Hello, beautiful. Welcome back. So today we're talking about something that I wanted to chat with you about for a while. I was actually at a marketing event earlier this week where we had Ashley Alexander come and speak, and she said something super simple that confirmed that this is the topic for this week's video. Also going to be showing y'all a super simple makeup look. I do this for work, meeting a friend quickly for coffee, all those little like small runs. You can literally do this in 10 minutes. It's gonna take me longer because of course I'm recording while chatting with you, but in theory, very, very quick, very simple makeup look. So let's just hop into it. So first we're just gonna start off with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. These videos are so hard to do. The multitasking is crazy. But one thing that has been on my mind over the last few weeks is the TikTok sound where it's like your fear of looking stupid is holding you back. And that was trending for a while, but it's a trend that I was really thinking a lot about because I knew that I wanted to talk about kind of just the fear of, in a sense, looking stupid. And I think that when it comes to creating, I already forgot. And then we're gonna go in and then we're gonna use MakeupForever's HD Skin Foundation. This is in the color 4R64. And I just use a little bit. Again, this isn't like a glam look. This is just like for work or whatever. But I think that when it comes to whatever it is that we're trying to do, creating, school, leadership, work, even family, sometimes there can be times where you feel you need to bring a version of yourself to the table, not your actual self to the table. And everyone has a different reason why this is. I know for me, growing up, I felt really affirmed in my academic achievements. I have a big family and I'm the oldest daughter. I felt very affirmed by people through when they'd say, oh my gosh, like, you're doing such a great job taking care of your younger brothers. You're doing such a great job in school. You're so smart. Like, we just know we don't have to worry about you having it together. Is something that I knew I was affirmed in by other people. But when it came to my personality, when it came to friendships, child, I was so insecure. I was so insecure, and I struggled making friends through a large part of my life, my childhood, even when making friends now in college. We're friends, we talk about different things with each other. When we're talking about insecurities, one of mine has always been my personality. Up to maybe like a year and a half ago, I just never felt comfortable actually being myself with people. Oh, no. I lost my eyebrow pencil, so sad. Typically that would be next, but I don't have one today. So we're just gonna use e.l.f. Wow Brow and brush them out. I shape my eyebrow, so it's not the end of the world when I don't have my pencil. But next, we're gonna go with Born This Way Too Faced Concealer. I have this in Butterscotch. I also have it in a lighter tone that I'll use for, again, like a more glam full makeup look. But just for like the quick simple, I just use one shade of concealer, which is this one in Butterscotch. But now being at a place where that's not true for me anymore, and where I am a lot more comfortable bringing myself to the table, I've been reflecting on like, why in the world was that such a big hurdle for me? I feel like you would think that being yourself is almost and just an innate thing that you would want to do, but apparently it isn't. And so especially as I've been creating more content, I'm noticing that pattern kind of repeat, where in long form video, in this type of video, I'm not always willing to like bring my personality out, you know? And that's something that I was really nervous about for a while. Like, I was bringing a version of myself to the table, but not really myself. And of course, there are parts of myself that are just for me, that are just for my friends, that are just for my family. But, you know, it's like, why aren't you bringing yourself to the table? This is literally your channel. And wrapping back around, as I was saying, got to hear from Ashley Alexander, and her main advice was to creators is to just be authentic, is to just be yourself. I'm gonna let this sit for a second. And as I've been creating more consistently, you know, you start observing your patterns, seeing what you're doing, and I'm like, I've created a version of myself to create from, and I love that. I love that. I think that's so important, but trying to see, okay, how can this be more authentic? And kind of feeling the need to create from a more authentic place. And, you know, of course, like, I think that's kind of obvious. Like, of course you want to create from an authentic place. But the piece that is really stopping, it took me 10 minutes to get to the main point, but it's okay. It's okay. Yes, while a big thing holding people back is the fear of looking stupid, I really think the main thing is the fear of being seen. There is a sense of vulnerability when it came to like those friendships and things I was talking about that I was scared to have with people, and because of that, really refrained from bringing my true self to the table. Because what if you get shut down? What if they don't like you? XYZ. And I think that when it comes to creating, there's so many creators, so many, like literally millions, and everyone's making different content, but you don't need 5,000 versions of the same chit chat get ready with me video. The only reason that someone will watch and click on it is because they resonate with that specific person. And that's the only part of that video that can't fully be replicated. The thing that makes creators stand out is their individuality, is who they are as a person, is the fact that they're their own human being, one of one. And so acknowledging that, it's so important to realize, like, okay, there's this fear. What is it? Why am I afraid of being seen? And taking steps to combat that, because once that fear is put behind you, you are literally unlocking the foundational value of your content as a creator. You. Literally you. And that is just so important, so big. Like, it's just so important to realize. The reason that I say the fear of being seen, not of looking stupid, is because of that vulnerability piece. Sometimes you just don't want to be seen. You know you funny, but you don't want people to know that that's your type of humor. I'm just spitting off random things, but like, you know that like you actually love Pokemon or something, but think that's nerdy and you don't want people to see it. And like, y'all, like, I get it. Like, I was literally there. I was literally in that place. Okay, next I'm going to put on this, you can't even see it anymore, but this is L'Oreal's Voluminous Mascara Primer. It just helps to like prime your lashes, make them look longer, fuller, all of that. In theory, it's great creating content, it's fun. But then when you're walking around, you can go to school or you go somewhere and people are like, oh my gosh, I saw your video about da-da-da. And like, oh my gosh, I saw you went here and here. And it feels like people know a lot more about you or think they know you better than they actually do. And it's a weird feeling, like it's weird. But understanding that that's just like part of this space, deciding for yourself how open you want to be. Like when I say you have to be authentic, that doesn't mean you have to share all your business. It just means in whatever way that you do show up, make sure you're showing up as you, as a relatable person. Maybe your content is more aspirational, but still as somebody that people can relate to. Okay, next product, Huda Beauty Loose Baking Powder in Banana Bread. I have this mini version because I usually use her on the go. No one is forcing you. It's not by force. So don't feel like you have to share everything. Don't feel like you have to make crude jokes. Don't feel like you have to just be this like out of pocket personality, unless that is like genuinely who you are. But don't like force yourself to be like overly relatable. Just be yourself. When it comes to like the fear of being seen, and we're just gonna let this sit for a second, bake. To younger me, people were always nice to you. People did not respect you. And that made you not want to show up. That made you not want to show yourself to people. But to younger me, to anybody out there who feels that way, whether it is in your creations, at work, in your friendships, showing up as yourself is going to bring your people in every area of your life. When people don't really like who you are, just take it as that. Like, not everybody is supposed to love being around everybody. That's not how the world works. That's how maybe like heaven will be, but that's not how the world works. And so don't let the idea of some people not liking the real you stop you from being the real you. That's kind of like, honestly, a bit illogical. And I'm saying that to myself, like that's an illogical decision to say, well, someone might not like this, so I'm not gonna do it. Somebody not gonna like it. That's the point. So much comes back to marketing for me, but even when you are making a campaign or building a brand, you create like a custom persona of the person that will like your product, and part of doing that is deciding who will not like it. The goal is never ever to be something that everybody likes or even that most people like. The goal is to stay true to your authentic person, your authentic value, and that is the fear of being seen. The fear of wondering, do I even have value to bring? And if I do, are people gonna see it? Part of that is the fear of looking stupid, the fear of being judged, the fear of people hating on you. Okay, now we have e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush, just a little dot. Maybe people will judge you, maybe people will give you a hard time, but you have to understand that that is not an avoidable thing. You are not going to avoid being judged because you decide not to post on YouTube. You are not going to avoid being judged because you decide not to create. If anything, people might judge you because I know you talking about wanting to do it all the time with your friends, and they watching you never do it. And they're like, why aren't they just doing it? If anything, maybe they're judging you for that more than they would actually judge you for the content you would create. So there is no avoiding human beings judging you. And at some point, you're going to have to force yourself to be vulnerable. In a day and age where it can really be helpful to have a social media presence, to have a presence, whether you are active online or only in person, you're going to have to learn what it means, what it takes to be at the center of a room, to be able to be someone who can bring energy to a room. Because basically, all this is doing that online. When I walk into a networking event, am I gonna be the person standing in the corner, or am I gonna go up and say hi to the people I know, ask them how they're doing, ask them how they've been, compliment a stranger on her outfit, start a new conversation? Being that person might get you side eyes from some people. But think about in that scenario, it doesn't matter. Being that person in a room, you're building community, you're building connections, you're growing your network, you're having fun. And if people are watching and side-eyeing and being like, why is she so talkative? Why is she so friendly? She's just trying too hard. And you're just being yourself. When you put it in that context, you realize how crazy it is to care if people are seeing you. The fear of being seen is irrelevant because you're gonna be seen. When you are that person that brings people together, you're gonna be seen. When you are someone who brings light into a room, you're going to be seen. Even if it's like quiet love, like you're the person who just likes, I don't know, like I remember at one job that I had, there was this girl and she loved baking cookies and she'd bring cookies to us at work. And she was just like the sweetest, and she wasn't the loudest in the room, but she was seen. When you're bringing your authentic self to the table, you are always going to be seen. And the fear of being seen is an intentional attack on your purpose, on the foundation of your purpose, the foundation of you just walking in who you are made to be. When you're walking in purpose, you're going to be seen by the people who need to see you. Making these videos, I might never reach a huge audience, but if I'm walking in purpose, I'm gonna be seen by the people who need to see me, and I can't be afraid of that. Because if I'm afraid of that, then that stops me from walking in my purpose. It really does. It really, really does. And I mean, the fear of vulnerability, the fear of being seen, even by people closest to me, it stopped me from enjoying the joy of friendships that I had in so many ways. It stole so much time. So now being at this place, when I noticed that start to pop up with creating, I was like, one, gotta nip this in the bud, and two, let me share this with others and hopefully encourage them on their journey. And then I just have this mascara from Maybelline. I'm not too picky with my mascaras. That primer does like all the work. But yeah, I hate to break it to you, you are going to be seen. And you may be watching this and you're not a creator, you're still going to be seen by the people in your life who need to see you, by the people coming into your life who need to see you, and by the people that you will impact one day who are going to see you. So regardless of if you are a creator or not, I want you to comment below one way that you're going to be more authentic. It can literally be a 1-2 word answer. For me, that's just speaking more freely in my videos. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking as though I'm giving a pitch or a presentation at work, which, you know, great skill to have. I'm really glad that I have presenting skills, but I want this just to be like more fun. Like, we know each other, we're comfortable with each other, like, you know what I mean? And so I really want to bring that into these videos. That's one way I will be more authentic. And final touch, we're just gonna do lips. I just have this brown lip liner literally from the beauty supply store, and then lip gloss also from the beauty supply store. And I need to restock. Obviously, this is a last minute video. Usually I would spray my setting spray and then just tap it out to blend more, but I don't have that, so this is the finished look. Really cute, just for any quick errand. Honestly, I just like leaving the house looking awake, and I feel like this does that for me. But I really hope that y'all enjoyed today's video. Like I said, you are going to be seen. It is inevitable. Don't let the fear of being seen hold you back. Be authentic, create, have fun, build community. Don't let people that you don't even know their last name, you don't even know their middle name, don't let them hold you back, okay? I believe in you. So excited to see all the beautiful things God does through your life. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share if you enjoyed this video. It was so fun chatting with y'all today, and I will see you next time.